35 minutes left. Archangel Michael is begging you. You are chosen to see this miracle. Don't tell anyone. It will happen in 2 minutes. Open it immediately. My child, my beloved, before you read further, listen closely. If this message reaches you, then heaven has already decided something for your destiny. And if you feel even a small pull inside your heart, promise me one thing. Stay till the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because what is coming next is not just a message. It's a divine intervention, written in your name. My beloved Archangel Michael is standing before you as I speak. He is not calm today. His wings are trembling because he saw something approaching your life. Something that will arrive quietly within minutes. And if you skip this, you will miss the moment heaven designed only for you. My child, listen carefully. Right now, in the invisible realm, your name is glowing. And Archangel Michael just whispered, tell them they were chosen, not by accident, but by divine intention. This is why you feel a strange pull. This is why your breath changed when you opened this message. Because your spirit recognized something before your mind did. My beloved, pay attention. There are exactly 35 minutes left before a powerful shift touches your life. And Michael said these words clearly. They must not take this lightly. This is the last warning before the miracle touches them. My child, someone from heaven has been trying to reach you for the last 3 days. Every time you ignored the signs, the message got delayed. But today, right now, your spirit finally opened. That is why this message was allowed to reach you. It wasn't allowed before. My beloved, let me tell you something that will shake your heart. What is coming in the next 2 minutes is not random. It is connected to something you prayed for when you were alone. When nobody was watching, when your tears were falling silently. Heaven remembers what you asked for. And now it is returning to you, but brighter, bigger, and more divine than you imagined. My child, feel the shift around you. Archangel Michael is not begging without reason. He is begging because something that was blocking your breakthrough has finally been removed. A gate that was closed for months has been opened just for you. And if you walk away now, it will close again for a long time. My beloved, this moment is sacred. Michael said, tell them not to tell anyone because this miracle is not for the world. It is only for you. If others know, the spiritual energy will scatter. This gift must remain between you and heaven. My child, listen. Right now, your spirit is rising. You can feel the energy shifting, the air around you getting heavier, softer, more divine. This is not your imagination. This is the presence that comes only when archangels enter a room. My beloved, a very old promise is being fulfilled. You may not remember making it, but heaven does. And today, that promise has returned to you in the form of a miracle. My child, before I continue, breathe slowly, because the next lines you read will prepare your soul for what is arriving in exactly 2 minutes from the moment this message touched your eyes. Your name has been spoken in heaven. Your destiny has been placed on a new path. And Archangel Michael is guarding it personally. My beloved, he wants you to stay. He wants you to listen. He wants you to receive. Do not walk away from this message. Not now. Not today. My child, something that was stolen from you emotionally, spiritually, or financially is coming back, not in the same way, but multiplied. Michael said, tell them what returns will shock them. My beloved, the energy around you is shifting faster. You might feel a strange pressure on your chest, a tingling in your hands, a warmth around your face. That is Michael's presence. He is touching you. So you know this is real. My child, stay with me. Your breakthrough is extremely close. Closer than your fears, closer than your doubts, closer than the situation that tried to break you. My beloved, heaven is preparing something that would normally take years. But for you, because you endured, because you didn't give up, because your heart stayed clean, heaven will give it in minutes. My child, the miracle is approaching. The light is forming. Your name is glowing. Heaven is watching. And Michael is whispering. Do not let them close this message. My child, my beloved, stay right here with me. Because the moment you are reading now was already seen in heaven before you even opened your eyes this morning. Heaven knew you would reach this line. Heaven knew you needed this. And heaven knew the exact second your spirit would become ready to hear what Michael has been trying to tell you. My beloved, something around you has been shifting silently. You felt it. You sensed something changing but couldn't understand what it was. Those sudden chills, those random thoughts. That unusual restlessness in the night, none of it was random. It was Archangel Michael preparing your energy for this very moment. My child, Michael says, your life has been standing at a spiritual doorway. One step forward and everything changes. One step backward and the same cycle repeats. Heaven does not want you repeating the same cycle anymore. This is why he is speaking so urgently today. My beloved, you don't know this, but for the last 7 nights, an unseen battle has been happening over your destiny. The forces that were trying to block your path were fighting harder than ever. But they didn't win. Michael stood before them with his sword drawn and he said one thing. This soul is chosen. Step back, my child. And they stepped back, my beloved. Do you know why this message feels personal? Why it feels like someone is talking directly into your spirit? Because they are. Archangel Michael is speaking through every line, every word, every breath of this message. My child, he says, tell them I've been waiting for them to reach this part because this is where your miracle begins to take shape. My beloved, there is a door opening in the invisible realm. It leads to a timeline where your life finally begins to move in your favor. A timeline where the waiting ends, where the heartbreak begins to heal, where the confusion turns into clarity, where what was taken from you is given back with divine interest. My child, you were not meant to live in delay. You were not meant to stay in emotional darkness. You were not meant to be surrounded by people who drained your light. Heaven has finally decided to lift you out of the place where you felt stuck for so long. My beloved, Michael says there are exactly 35 minutes left before a shift touches your life. But something more shocking is hidden within his message. The shift begins inside you within the next 2 minutes. My child, you feel that warm heaviness in your chest, that sudden stillness around you, that sensation like time has slowed down just a little. This is the moment when heaven aligns itself with your name. My beloved, let me tell you what Michael saw. He saw a miracle forming around you like a bright circle of light. He saw your spirit rising higher than the pain you've been carrying. He saw your future breaking free from the hands of those who tried to limit you. He saw your destiny glowing for the first time in months. My child, he says, you don't even realize how close you are to something life-changing. You thought this week would be ordinary. You thought today would be just another day. But heaven had already written a turning point into your timeline. My beloved, Michael is begging because he knows what happens if you miss this moment. He knows what you lose. He knows what gets delayed again. He knows how your heart will break if you walk away before the final part of this message reaches you. My child, do not move. Do not look away. Do not rush. Let the words sink into your spirit because right now heaven is watching your response. My beloved, something powerful was trying to steal your miracle. A shadow, a delay, a force of confusion, or a person who didn't want you to rise. But Michael says it has been removed, their miracle is safe now. My child, this is why your soul feels lighter right now. Why your breathing feels different, why something in you feels like it's waking up. My beloved, you are entering a divine moment that only a few souls experience in their lifetime. The veil between the spiritual world and your physical world is thinner than ever. And through that thin veil, your miracle is preparing to cross over. My child, before I continue, place your hand on your heart for a second. Feel it. That heartbeat is your proof that heaven is not done with you. Something is being restored. Something is being rewritten. Something is being released. My beloved, Michael says, tell them I am protecting what is coming their way. Tell them that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop it now. My child, this is only the beginning. Stay with me. Do not lose the connection you feel right now. The next part will reveal why you were chosen and what will happen in these remaining minutes. My child, my beloved, stay exactly where you are because the moment you reached just now is the moment Michael said would open your inner eyes. Your spirit is waking up. Your destiny is shifting under your feet and heaven has leaned closer to you than it has in a very long time. My beloved, Michael says they don't know how deeply heaven has been watching them. You think you've been alone through everything you survived. You think no one saw the nights you cried quietly hiding your pain from everyone. But heaven saw every moment. And every tear became a seed for this miracle. My child, you have been walking with pain on one side, hope on the other, and silence in between. But silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. Silence means heaven was working behind the scenes. My beloved, Michael has been guarding you silently. There were moments when something could have gone wrong. Moments when a decision, a person, or a situation could have pushed you towards loss, danger, or heartbreak. But he intervened. He shielded you. He redirected certain paths away from you without you even knowing. My child, do you remember the situation you escaped from recently? The one that almost dragged you into something heavy? Michael says that was me. I moved them away. You thought it was luck. It wasn't. It was protection. My beloved, you have been wondering why certain people are suddenly quiet with you. Why some have pulled away. Why a few who once acted close now feel distant. Michael says they were removed for a reason. Because the miracle coming towards you cannot survive in the presence of jealousy, negativity, or hidden intentions. My child, you were surrounded by energies that tried to drain you, break your faith, and distract you from your divine path. Heaven finally said, enough. And one by one, everything that doesn't belong to your divine future is being pushed out. My beloved, this is not a loss. This is a cleansing. This is a preparation. This is heaven adjusting your surroundings so the miracle doesn't get contaminated before it reaches you. My child, Michael says you have been asking the same silent question over and over. When will my time come? Why is everyone else receiving while I keep waiting? Why does my heart feel stuck between hope and disappointment? Heaven heard those questions, and the answer is this moment. Your time is not just coming. It has already begun. My beloved, you may not see the miracle yet, but it sees you. It is already moving toward you. Already searching for the opening that appears when your spirit aligns with divine timing, and that alignment is happening right now as you're reading these words. My child, Michael says something powerful. They were chosen because they didn't give up. Even when their heart was breaking, they held on to faith. Do you know how rare that is? Many souls lose their miracles because they lose hope. But you didn't. You held on. You endured. You waited even when it hurt. My beloved, that is why heaven is rewarding you. That is why you're reading this at the exact second you're meant to. That is why Michael is speaking through this message with urgency and trembling wings. My child, there is something big shifting in your favor. Bigger than what you prayed for, bigger than your fears, bigger than the obstacles that tried to stop you. My beloved, heaven is moving fast now. The same way storms come suddenly, without warning, your miracle is approaching. Quietly, swiftly, supernaturally. My child, the last 2 minutes have already started shaping the next 2 months of your life. A chain reaction has begun in the invisible realm. And each moment you stay connected to this message, your spirit aligns deeper with what is coming. My beloved, Michael says, tell them they are not late. They are right on time. Everything you lost. Everything you feared. Everything that broke you was not the end. It was the preparation. My child, now comes the restoration. Now comes the miracle. Now comes the moment heaven has been saving for you. My beloved, you might feel a strong pull inside your chest right now. A warmth, a vibration, a heaviness, or even a strange calmness. That is your spirit saying, I recognize this. Something divine is happening, my child. What you feel is real. What is coming is real. Michael's presence around you is real. And you must not miss what the next part will reveal because it contains the exact reason heaven calls you chosen. My child, my beloved. Stay with me. Michael says, the next words are the ones your spirit has been waiting to hear for a long time. This is where your breakthrough begins to unfold, like a hidden scroll being opened in heaven. My beloved, you may not realize it, but your soul has been calling out, calling for clarity, for peace, for direction, for relief from the invisible weight you've been carrying. Every day you woke up managing more than people around you could ever understand. But heaven understood. Heaven watched. Heaven counted every silent struggle. My child, Michael says, their strength is remarkable. They had every reason to give up, but they didn't. And because you didn't, heaven refused to let you walk empty-handed into the next chapter. My beloved, there is something divine unfolding right now. Something you can't see with your eyes but can feel with your spirit. A rearrangement, a rebalancing, a supernatural realignment of your destiny. Michael says, tell them this alignment is rare. Only a chosen soul receives it. My child, for months, maybe even years, your energy has been out of place. You've been doing the right things, thinking the right thoughts, praying the right prayers, but something was blocking the flow, something unseen, a delay, a resistance, a spiritual interference. But tonight, that blockage is gone, my beloved. That's why your heart feels different. That's why your breath feels lighter. That's why the air around you feels charged. Michael removed the interference. With his sword, he cut through the spiritual fog surrounding your life. My child, you've always been spiritually sensitive. You pick up energies before anyone speaks, you feel intentions before people reveal them. You sense shifts before they happen. This sensitivity isn't weakness. It's heaven's mark on your soul. My beloved, Michael says, they are not like everyone else. That is why everyone else never understood them. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out spiritually. You were meant to carry a different light, a rare light, a protected light. My child, now that your light is fully awakened, heaven is preparing to place something in your life that only a protected soul can carry. A miracle that elevates your entire destiny. A miracle that lifts you from where you were to where you were always meant to be. My beloved, do you feel that calm entering your bones? That warmth on your back or shoulders? That quiet assurance like someone is standing behind you? They are. Michael is. He is closer than you think. And he is watching you read every line, making sure you don't stop. My child, he says, they must reach the end. Their miracle depends on their willingness to listen because what comes next will reveal something shocking. Why you were chosen, my beloved, let me whisper this truth gently into your spirit. You were chosen because there is something inside you that darkness could never defeat. No matter how hard it tried. You have a purity of heart that survived betrayal. You have a strength that survived heartbreak. You have a kindness that stayed alive even when people took advantage of it. You have faith that survived silence, my child. Heaven rewards hearts like yours, not loud hearts, not perfect hearts, but pure hearts. Michael says, your spirit is rare, like a gem heaven protects in its deepest chambers. This is why attacks came. This is why delays came. This is why some people turned cold on you suddenly. It was never rejection. It was divine selection. My beloved, you lost people, but you didn't lose your calling. You lost opportunities, but you didn't lose your destiny. You lost moments, but you didn't lose your miracle. Your miracle has simply been waiting for today, for this moment, for this exact alignment, my child. The next minutes are incredibly important because Michael says he is about to pull back the veil and show you what is arriving in your life. He said these exact words. They are ready. Tell them what is coming next. My beloved, are you ready? Because the next part may shake you, surprise you, and reveal things you didn't expect heaven to acknowledge. But you must continue reading. Do not stop. Do not rush. Do not lose the connection you feel in your chest right now. The next lines will show you what miracle is already walking toward your life. My child, my beloved, Michael says this next part is extremely sensitive. Heaven usually does not allow such details to be revealed so clearly. But today, because your spirit is open, because your destiny is aligned, because your heart is ready, He is allowing it. My beloved, something is approaching your life that carries the weight of heaven's signature. It is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not something you stumble upon. It is something that finds you because heaven sends it. Michael says, tell them the miracle is already on its way. My child, you might feel a vibration inside you right now. A soft pull in your heart, a strange stillness around your energy. This is the sign that something has already shifted in the spiritual realm and it is traveling toward you. My beloved, the miracle could take the form of a breakthrough, a message, a person, an opportunity, or a moment so divine that your entire life bends in a new direction. Michael is not revealing the entire form yet, but he is revealing one truth. It will arrive suddenly, my child. Just like lightning does not knock before it strikes, this miracle will enter your life without warning. One moment everything will look the same. The next moment everything will feel different. My beloved, Michael says, this miracle has been trying to reach you for months, but your spirit was not ready then. You were surrounded by the wrong energies. Your heart was carrying too much weight. Your mind was full of noise. Your path was blocked. But now your spirit has cleared. Your heart is open. Your energy has risen. Your destiny is aligned. Now finally, heaven can release what was being withheld. My child, Michael says something powerful. They must not doubt what is coming. Doubt is the only thing that can delay it again. So listen closely. Whatever this miracle is, it carries your name. It belongs to you. It cannot be stolen now. It cannot be diverted now. It cannot be hidden from you anymore. My beloved, do you know why Michael said, don't tell anyone? Because a miracle born in silence grows faster. Some energies around you cannot handle your blessing. Some hearts around you cannot digest your rise. Some minds around you cannot understand your divine path. Silence is your shield right now. Silence protects what heaven is sending. Silence keeps negative eyes away. Silence keeps your destiny safe. My child Michael also said this. They have suffered enough. Now they shall receive. Heaven has watched you break silently while pretending to be strong on the outside. Heaven has watched you carry burdens no one ever thanked you for. Heaven has watched you love people who didn't value your love. Heaven has watched you give more than you received. Now the return is coming. Not from the people you helped, not from the places you waited, but directly from heaven. My beloved, a divine return is the most powerful return. And when heaven pays you back, it pays in ways that humans never could. My child, Michael says, your heart has been too empty for too long. Your spirit has been too tired. Your destiny has been too quiet. But that ends today. A wave of spiritual restoration has started flowing toward you softly, quietly, but with unstoppable force. My beloved, you may feel a tingling across your shoulders or back right now. You may feel chills. You may feel warmth. You may feel like someone is standing beside you. That is Michael confirming this moment. My child, now listen very closely because this part is crucial. The miracle coming toward you is time-sensitive. It is aligned with a divine window that opens only once in a long time. This window is open right now while you're reading this. Michael said, if they stop reading, the window will begin to close. They must finish. My beloved, you are closer to your breakthrough than you have ever been, closer than yesterday, closer than last week, closer than last month, closer than you realize. Heaven has finally placed your life in the guest season. My child, the next part will reveal the exact type of shift that is entering your life. It will tell you why the next 35 minutes are important. Why your miracle is arriving in 2 minutes spiritually. Why Michael is urging you so strongly. Do not stop now. The message is about to enter the deepest truth. My child, my beloved. Michael says the moment you are entering now is the revelation point. The part where heaven finally tells you what has been hidden behind the curtain of your life. What you are about to read will not just touch your mind, it will touch your destiny. My beloved, for a long time, your life has been moving in circles. You felt close to breakthrough, then suddenly far again. You felt hopeful, then something triggered your fears. You felt guided, then confusion pulled you away. This repeated cycle was not your fault. Michael says there was a spiritual interference that kept resetting their progress. My child, this interference came through situations, energies, and sometimes through people who were not meant to be part of your path. They arrived with smiles but carried intentions that dimmed your light. They acted close but their spirit was not aligned with yours. They slowed you down financially, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. They kept you distracted, but heaven removed them. Heaven replaced them with silence so your clarity could return. Heaven created distance so your destiny could breathe again. Heaven cleared the noise so your miracle could find you. My beloved, do you know why things suddenly felt heavy in the last few weeks? Because your breakthrough was getting close and the old energy tried one last time to pull you back. Michael says, but they held on. They didn't fall. That is why they are chosen. My child, you survived the final test without knowing it was a test. You kept your heart pure. You kept your faith alive. You kept moving even when your spirit was exhausted. Heaven is rewarding that. My beloved, now the divine window has opened. This window opens rarely, only when the spiritual realm decides someone has earned enough to receive what was promised. Michael says, this window is open for 35 minutes. Tell them not to lose focus. My child, the miracle that will touch your life during this window will not be ordinary. It will shift your path, your energy, your relationships, your finances, or your emotional reality. You will notice the signs within 2 minutes. A heaviness lifting. A sudden calm entering, a strange warmth around you, a tingling in your fingers, or an unexpected thought crossing your mind like a whisper. This is the moment your spirit meets your destiny. My beloved, there are 3 major shifts that Michael says are entering your life, and he wants you to know the first one right now. The shift of release. My child, this release is powerful. It means whatever has been holding you down, draining your joy, or keeping you emotionally stuck is being lifted from your life. You will suddenly feel freer, in the coming days. You won't feel the same heaviness in your chest. You won't carry the same fear. Your spirit will feel lighter. Almost like you're breathing differently. This is the divine release. My beloved, the second shift is the shift of restoration. This means something you lost. Opportunities, peace, love, money, connection, clarity is returning. Not in the same form, not from the same people, but in a higher, more divine form. Michael says, the restoration coming to them is bigger than the loss they suffered. My child, the third shift is the shift of revelation. This means something hidden from you will come into light. A truth, a message, a person's real intention, a new opportunity, a divine sign, a spiritual moment that answers your long-standing question. Michael says, they will finally understand why everything happened the way it did. My beloved, all 3 shifts are entering your life at once. This is why the energy feels intense, this is why your heart is responding. This is why your spirit feels more awake than usual. My child, you may even feel a light pressure on your forehead right now or a warmth around your back. This is not imagination. This is spiritual alignment. Michael is raising your vibration so your miracle can land safely. My beloved, the next part will reveal something even more powerful. Why heaven chose you and not someone else for this rare miracle window. Be very still as you continue. This next part carries divine truth, my child, my beloved. Michael says this is the moment where the truth becomes personal. The kind of truth that doesn't just enter your mind, it enters your soul. The kind of truth that explains everything you never understood about your life. My beloved, heaven chose you because you carry something rare inside you, something that cannot be taught, something that cannot be copied. Something that cannot be replaced. Your heart. Your heart is the reason. My child, even when people betrayed you, your heart stayed soft. Even when people lied to you, your heart stayed honest. Even when people used you or took advantage of your kindness, your heart never turned dark. This purity is what makes you chosen. Michael says, many people pray, but few have a heart like theirs. My beloved, heaven has watched you love deeply. Not just romantically, but spiritually, emotionally, humanly. You gave love even when you had very little to receive in return. You forgave people who didn't deserve your forgiveness. You wished good for people who didn't wish the same for you. This is why heaven selected you. My child, your kindness has created openings in the spiritual world that even you didn't know about. Every time you helped someone, you planted a seed. Every time you stayed silent instead of fighting back, you opened a divine door. Every time you chose empathy over anger, heaven wrote your name in a higher light. My beloved, you are chosen because you are rare. Because your soul is sensitive. Because your intentions are clean. Because your spirit carries a softness that darkness could never harden. Michael says, this soul carries a fragrance heaven recognizes. My child, do you feel that soft emotional pull in your chest? That strange warmth behind your eyes? That feeling like something is finally making sense? That is your soul remembering what heaven knows about you. My beloved, you are chosen because you survived what should have broken you. You were hurt but not destroyed. You were disappointed but not bitter, you were misjudged but not hardened. You were left alone but not spiritually abandoned. This is why heaven is blessing you now. This is why Michael is begging you not to stop reading. This is why the next minutes are so powerful. My child, heaven doesn't choose perfect people. Heaven chooses pure people. People who carry scars but still choose love. People who walk with pain but still believe in goodness. People who lost a lot but didn't lose themselves. You are one of them, my beloved, Michael says, your soul glows differently. Not because you are better than others, but because you kept your light alive even in darkness. That is what makes you chosen, my child. And now comes something even deeper. Heaven chose you because your path affects more lives than you know. Your breakthrough is not only for you. Your rise will pull others upward. Your healing will heal those connected to you. Your miracles will create miracles for people around you. You are a carrier of divine influence, my beloved. Some souls receive miracles, but chosen souls become miracles for others. You are one of the rare ones heaven prepares for both. My child, the next part will reveal what Michael has been hiding until now. Something about your future. Something about the next 35 minutes. Something about the miracle arriving in 2 minutes. Something about your destiny that will shock you. What you're about to read is the part Michael said will shake their spirit awake. Do not stop now. Stay with me, my child, my beloved, Michael says, the next part is where the truth begins to take form. Not just as words, not just as energy, but as a vision of what is coming toward you. Heaven has shown him a glimpse of your future and he wants you to see it through these lines. My beloved, he is revealing something that was previously kept hidden because you were not ready to handle its weight. But today, your spirit is stronger. Your faith is clearer. Your energy is elevated. Your destiny is aligned. Now heaven can unveil what was locked away. My child, Michael says, tell them their future is not what they feared. It is greater than what they imagined. You spent too much time thinking you were stuck. Too much time thinking nothing would change. Too much time doubting whether your story had anything beautiful left. But Michael says your story is about to open a chapter that will redefine everything. My beloved, the first thing he saw in your future was light, not normal light, a radiant, golden, overwhelming light that surrounds your name. This light represents divine acceleration, my child. Acceleration means what normally takes months will begin happening in days. What usually takes years will begin unfolding in weeks. Doors will open quickly. Opportunities will appear faster. Answers will come suddenly. Your life will begin moving again. Michael says, the delay is over. My beloved, the second thing Michael saw was release, a weight lifting from your chest, a burden dissolving from your spirit, a darkness clearing from your path, something that has been suffocating you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually is leaving your life. My child, you may not realize how heavy your spirit has been. You carried others' pain. You carried others' expectations. You carried secrets, fears, disappointments, and unspoken grief. But heaven is lifting all of it away. Michael says they will no longer walk with chains on their heart. My beloved, the third thing he saw was a divine return. Something you lost, something that slipped away, something that was taken unfairly, something you once prayed for is returning in a higher form. It could be a lost opportunity, a relationship, financial stability, peace of mind, emotional clarity, or a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Heaven is giving it back. Not because you demanded it, but because you deserve it. My child, the fourth thing Michael saw was a turning point. A conversation, a message, a meeting, an event, or a moment that shifts your destiny in a completely new direction. It will happen suddenly. It will catch you by surprise. It will change how your life feels in an instant. Michael says they will remember this day as the day everything changed. My beloved, the fifth thing he saw was your rise. Not just spiritual rise, but emotional, financial, personal, and energetic rise. You are stepping into a version of yourself that you haven't met yet. A stronger you, a more stable you, a more confident you, a more guided you, my child. And now comes the part that will shake your spirit. Michael says, the miracle arriving in 2 minutes is the ignition point. It is the spark that begins everything. It begins inside you as a shift, a realization, a flow of energy, a deep calm, a sudden clarity, a soft warmth in your chest, or a moment of divine understanding. This inner shift triggers the outer miracle. My beloved, heaven works inside out. When your spirit shifts, your reality follows. And your spirit is shifting right now as you read these lines. Michael says, the miracle is already in motion. They only need to stay connected. My child, the next part will tell you exactly what the 35-minute window means. Why heaven gave you this specific time period and how your destiny responds to decisions you make in this window. This part is sacred. Do not miss it. My child, my beloved, Michael says, what you are about to understand now is one of the most important spiritual truths about your life. This is the part where heaven reveals why you were given 35 minutes, not 30, not 20, not 60, but exactly 35 minutes. My beloved, divine timings are never random. Every number that enters your life carries meaning, energy, and alignment. And this number 35 has a purpose written directly for your soul. Michael says, "Tell them 35 is the number of awakening and transition." My child, the number 3 represents the divine, mind, body, spirit. The number 5 represents change, a shift, a breakthrough, a turning of destiny. When combined, the vibration of 35 means this: a spiritual awakening that leads into immediate change, my beloved. This means you are standing between two energies right now. The energy of who you have been and the energy of who you are becoming. This 35-minute window is the space where heaven transitions you. My child, Michael says this window is like a divine doorway. It opens when your spirit rises and it closes when your mind slips away. That is why he has been urging, pulling, and almost begging you to stay present. Heaven knows the kind of miracle that rests on the other side of this window. My beloved, let me tell you what happens spiritually inside this window. Your past loses its hold. Your future begins to form. Your spirit becomes receptive. Your destiny begins to glow. And most importantly, your energy shifts to match the blessing that heaven is bringing. My child, without this alignment, the miracle would not land correctly. It would bounce away, delay, or attach itself to another time. But right now, your energy is in the perfect vibration. Your heart is in the correct state. Your spirit is unlocked. Your destiny is open. This is why this specific timing matters, my beloved. Michael says the 35 minutes represent transition, but the 2 minutes represent activation. The long window prepares you. The short window completes the shift. You are currently inside the activation moment. My child, if you feel warmth or pressure in your chest or a strange calm or a soft tingling or even nothing at all, it is still happening. Spiritual activation doesn't always come loudly. Sometimes it arrives like a whisper. Michael says, "Tell them they will feel the signs in their spirit before they see them in the world." My beloved, the reason this moment feels different is because it is different. You have never entered such a strong divine alignment before. Not in months, not in years. Your spirit is finally matching the frequency of your destiny, my child. But there is more. Michael wants to tell you the deeper meaning, the secret reason heaven opened this 35-minute window specifically today. He says because something in their destiny, timeline is shifting tonight. This means a path is opening, a cycle is closing, a block is dissolving, a connection is forming, a future event is already rearranging itself around your name. My beloved, there were certain blessings that required the removal of old energies, certain breakthroughs that required emotional alignment, certain miracles that required timing to be perfect. That alignment is occurring right now. My child, this is why you are reading this today, not yesterday, not a week ago. Heaven needed you at this exact vibration, at this exact emotional state, at this exact spiritual height before releasing what belongs to you. Michael says, tonight their story shifts. My beloved, the next part is even more sensitive. It reveals what exactly is coming your way, not in symbolic form, but in the form your destiny will understand. Heaven is opening your vision now. Do not stop. Do not break the energy. Stay connected as you receive the next revelation. My child, my beloved, Michael says, the next lines will reveal something you have been sensing, something you have been dreaming about, something your soul has been quietly preparing for without your awareness. What you are about to read is not symbolic. It is direct. My beloved, Michael is showing you the shape of the miracle coming toward you. Not the full picture that is sacred, but enough for your heart to recognize what heaven is sending. He says, tell them what they are about to receive has already touched the edge of their destiny. My child, the miracle approaching you is connected to three things: your stability, your emotional healing, your long-awaited breakthrough. These three are tied together and heaven is about to release them in one divine wave. My beloved, here is the first part of the miracle. Stability returns to your life. You have been living in uncertainty for too long. Too many things were unstable. Your peace, your plans, your finances, your relationships, your direction, your inner balance, you are walking with a trembling spirit pretending to be strong. But Michael says the ground under them is being fixed. They will stand on solid energy again. My child, this means peace is returning. Clarity is returning. Safety is returning. Your future will no longer feel shaky. The confusion in your mind will begin to fade. You will wake up one day soon and feel a silence that feels holy, a calmness you haven't felt in years. My beloved, the second part of the miracle is emotional healing. This is powerful. This is sacred. This is something heaven has been preparing for months. Michael says, tell them the wound they carried quietly is closing. You carried heartbreak longer than anyone knows. You hid a pain that should have broken you. You walked with memories that drained your spirit. You loved people who didn't know how to love you back. But heaven is releasing the weight of those memories. Your heart will feel lighter. Your past will stop controlling your present. Your spirit will breathe again. My child, this healing is not ordinary healing. It is divine healing. It touches the soul. It rearranges the energy inside your aura. It creates space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right blessings to enter. And they will enter. My beloved, the third part of your miracle, the one Michael said would shock your spirit, is breakthrough. This breakthrough is not small. It is not temporary. It is not something you lose later. It is something that lifts your life upward in a noticeable, irreversible way. Michael says, the breakthrough coming will shift their entire path. My child, this breakthrough could appear as a financial rise, a life-changing message, a divine connection, a sudden opportunity, a spiritual gift awakening, or a door that leads you into a future you once thought was impossible for you. Whatever it is, it carries divine fingerprints. My beloved, heaven is preparing to give you something that lifts the burden you've been carrying for too long. Something that finally matches the size of your prayers. Something that shows you heaven never forgot you. Michael says they will finally understand why they had to wait. My child, your waiting was not punishment. Your waiting was preparation. You are being shaped. You are being protected. You are being aligned. And now at this very moment, your spirit is ready to receive what once would have slipped through your hands. My beloved, the miracle is already moving. Your spirit is already aligning. The 2-minute activation has begun. The 35-minute window is unfolding around your energy as you breathe. Michael is standing close. This is why you feel this pull, this heaviness, this warmth, this clarity, this peace. It is real, my child. The next part will tell you something even deeper. The hidden reason why heaven protected you from certain people, removed certain energies, and blocked certain paths. This truth will silence your doubts forever. Do not stop now. Your spirit is entering sacred territory.